Hello lovely people. In this video we're going to be tapping in a nurturing figure, which is one of my favourite resources actually. And it's a really versatile resource that can be used for a number of things. If you're feeling distressed, overwhelmed, lacking in comfort, or feeling unsafe, then the nurturing figure can be a really good place to go to just calm and soothe this nervous system. So with our nurturing figures, what I'd like you to do is to just have a think about who or what comes to mind when you think about being cared for. When you think about being nurtured. Perhaps you had a warm and supportive grandparent. Maybe you had or have a pet. Certainly the animals that I've had in my life have been very nurturing and loving and very comforting. Maybe you have a friend who makes you feel safe and cared for, and who just knows the right things to say and the right things to do to make you feel supported and loved. Or maybe you've even been comforted by a spiritual or an angelic being. So really all of these resources, we can tap them in. And they can be made available to us for comfort and calm when we're in distress. So much like the other resource tapping resources, these figures can include examples from real life, a bit like some of the ones that I've just given, or they can be imaginary figures. They can be people images and things from the past, or they can be things from the present. They can be inner guides or animals. Sometimes when I think of a nurturing figure, I think of my adult self and those innate qualities that I have within me towards sort of nurturing myself and other people, and compassion as well. I like to think back of the times when I have expressed love towards another person or an animal, and I really like to get in touch with that part of myself, you know, that part that knows I can care, I am cared for, I am safe, I know how to nurture and look after myself or someone else. Some more examples of nurturing figures. If you're struggling to think of some, if not, then that's really great. But if you are struggling to think of a nurturing figure, it can be parents or grandparents. It can be your friends' parents. It can be your siblings, aunts and uncles, sort of any distant relatives. It could have been a teacher, perhaps a neighbour. Maybe it was or is a therapist. I certainly have used that for myself. In times of distress between sessions, I have tapped in how it feels to be in the presence of my counsellor, of my therapist, and the relationship that we have. It can be your friends. It can be your partner or a lover. Like I said, it can be an animal, a pet, or perhaps it can be a figure from TV. Some really common nurturing figures are like Mary Poppins or the fairy godmother even in Cinderella. And like I said, it can also be spiritual figures such as Mary, Jesus. It could be an angel. Or perhaps it could be one of the Buddhist gods, or even a Native American elder. Whatever works for you is fine. Whatever comes to you and feels right for you is fine. So we're going to begin the way that we normally do, with the grounded breathing. So if you haven't done the grounded breathing before, there is a short separate video on that which you can find, or you could just use any strategy to help you get into a relaxed state. So I generally close my eyes for this bit. You're welcome to keep your eyes open. This sort of slightly softened gaze, not straining, not working too hard to look in any particular direction, just allowing your eyes to fall in a comfortable position. And just take a couple of deep breaths in and sort of breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. I instinctively make an audible sound. I really feel that kind of allows me to relax more fully. So breathing in, breathing out. Just take a moment to pay attention to how you're sat, and do move around. Maybe you're sitting down or you're laying down. Just allow yourself to get into a position that feels comfortable, have a little move around, and just see if you can settle into a position that's easy. I like to have my feet flat on the floor, but you can sit cross-legged if you prefer. And just take a moment to notice the surface beneath you. Just allow yourself to become aware of your body being fully supported. And perhaps you can take notice of where your body makes contact with the surface beneath you. Some points of contact could be the back, the upper back and the lower back. Your sit bones and the back of your legs. And of course your feet flat on the ground. Now we're just going to take a few more deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And as we do so, we're going to imagine that we're taking a deep breath in from the earth, from the ground. It enters our body through our feet, travels up our body, up our legs, fills our abdomen, fills our chest, travels into our throat, where we hold for a moment, and we exhale out of the throat, the chest, out of the belly, back down our legs, into our feet, and back into the earth, into the ground. So breathing in from the ground, allowing it to fill our body, holding, and breathing out. Back down into the earth. Breathing in, hold, and exhaling out. Just allowing our shoulders to drop and our body to relax. Breathing in once again from the ground, into the body, and hold, and exhaling out. Just allow yourself to do that a couple more times. Just imagining inhaling from the earth into our body, allowing that air to fill and expand our bodies, and exhaling back down into the earth. once you're feeling relaxed, I'd like you to begin to go inwards. I would like you to imagine or have a think about someone or something that comes to mind when you think about being nurtured, when you think about a nurturing or a comforting figure. Like I said, this could be somebody from the past or the present. It can be real or imagined. It can be an animal. It can also be our adult selves and the nurturing and kindness and comfort we bring to others. Just spend a moment going inwards and see what comes up for you. And once you have something in mind, I'd like you to just notice what you can see when you think about this nurturing figure. Just pay attention to the sights. Are there any colours? Are there any particular qualities to this nurturing figure? I'd like you to imagine what you might be able to see as well. What you might be able to hear. Are there any sounds when you think about this nurturing figure? Is there anything that you can hear? Any noises or perhaps a voice? I wonder if there are any smells associated with this nurturing figure. Are there any particular scents or aromas that you're aware of? And finally, just pay attention to how you feel when you think about this nurturing figure and the qualities of this nurturing figure. Really allow yourself to engage all of your senses and see if you can really imagine that this nurturing figure is right here, right now. It's fully present. When you feel that you've got a good sense of this nurturing figure and all of the sights, smells and sounds and how it makes you feel, you can just begin to tap gently 6 to 12 times, just to really allow yourself to embed and strengthen the qualities of this nurturing and comforting figure. Really pay attention to how you feel as you're tapping. And just pause for a moment. Just notice how you're feeling and providing you continue to have a positive experience. And you're enjoying this nurturing figure, this nurturing resource. Then you can start tapping again, 6 to 12 times, nice and gentle. Really embedding it and anchoring it into the nervous system, knowing that we are nurtured and cared for. And we pause. And you can continue tapping so long as it continues to feel positive. You can also tap in more than one nurturing figure. So you can have a circle of nurturing resources. And the more you do this, the stronger it becomes. And you can access this resource much like the other ones whenever you need them, really. And you can pair your nurturing figure with your safe place and with your protective figure, and you can find those other guidance on those other two resources in other videos. Wonderful. If you have any questions, as always, or if you're not sure about something, then just get in touch.